Okay, I'm John Benjamin, a barrister by training, but also a community social worker and activist by design and out of love. And my history with Carnival Anguilla goes back from 1989 up until, that's 21 years, up until 2009. But before I to Anguilla, I also worked with carnivals in London. I was one of the organizers and founders of London Carnival. We started in Notting Hill Gate, in a place called Backyard, which was a Jamaican restaurant. I also worked with the Birmingham Carnival, and I also worked with the Marcus Garvey celebration as well as founding members of the Marcus Garvey celebration, which ended up being one of the biggest celebrations for Marcus Garvey worldwide, which we took care of over 1 million people in a festival. I was also a member of my university festival committee, where we organized festival and shows for various people, including Bob Marley, Two Sentimentals, Desmond Dekker, and Prince Jasper, John Holt, and you name it, we did it through our group in Birmingham at the time. So I came to Anguilla with a wealth of experience of organizing different festivals and events in England. So it isn't a task that you just get up and do, as we spoke prior to coming on camera. It's something that you have to have a love for, something that you have some experience with, especially in dealing with people. And one of the biggest advantages of all Carnival in Anguilla is being able to see people enjoy themselves. And Anguilla Carnival is unique in that it blends different cultural aspects of Anguilla together and becomes a fun atmosphere day and night. You have boat racing during the day with all the different food vendors, and different music. You can hear the beat almost 24 hours in Anguilla. And then you have the different carnival shows, the regular shows like the Queen shows, the Calypso shows, Teenage Talent shows. You also have the band clash, and which is different from in Anguilla, like in Trinidad and in Antigua, you have panorama. We don't have a panorama here. We have steel band here, but we never have a panorama as such. And we created a band clash in order to give the youngsters an opportunity to come out and show their skill. And I've seen a growth in their performances and the music of the bands in Anguilla. We have some of the best bands in the region here in Anguilla. And I think people in the Caribbean should come out and listen to them. I don't want to call any names because people might feel I'm biased one way or the other. But we really have some really nice bands, and they've been playing not only in the Caribbean, but they're playing internationally as well. Some played in New York, some have gone to London. So I think as a Caribbean person who loves festivals, if you haven't seen Anguilla Festival yet, I think this is time for you to come out and enjoy it. Regardless of how the economy turns, we need to have time that we can sit back and relax and avoid or alleviate some of the stress that we're having with economic troubles. Anguilla is the place to be if you want to enjoy Summer Festival 2011. Come to Anguilla.
We heard you mention the boat race. Is it true that a boat race is not part of the actual Carnival of Anguilla and is a separate entity than our Carnival?
Well, if that is so, that has been a recent development in that when I was there, I saw it as a summer festival. We changed from Carnival to Summer Festival, which incorporated the boat racing. If you look at the calendar of events in the past, they're going back maybe 15 years or so, you will see that the boat racing aspect was never part of the program. It was never on the posters. But more recently, when we dubbed it Summer Festival, we included the boat racing, and it became a separate committee of our Summer Festival. And at one point, I was on both the member of the boat racing committee and also chairman of the Summer Festival. So it has to be an integral part of the Summer Festival. Boat racing is basically the foundation of our big festival. That is what people come to see and to take part in from St. Martin and all the Caribbean islands over the years. And as the Summer Festival developed, I was the one who caused the link to go down to Sandy Ground, because as I said, we celebrating Emancipation Day, and we all came here by ships. So it's important that we go back to the boat racing, and boat racing has a link to our historical perspective in terms of ships from which we came from Africa to be here. In terms of the bands are essential part of Carnival in that they provide the music which caused people to come in the first place and to jump up, both boat races and bands. And we have to learn to look at, see how we can budget properly to ensure that the bands are doing the best. A lot of the band members are not business persons, they are musicians. And like in the international arena, most of those bands have managers or business managers who can help them promote and budget, you know. And sometimes if you look at the band, especially for Juve Morning, you know, the investment outweighs the return because they'll go St. Martin and hire lots of big equipment which costs lots of money, knowing that they can make that money on the roads. So therefore we have to find a way how we can manage that and how we can manage them year by year, because you cannot just wait on the summer festival to make all your money for the rest of the year. You know, the band plays out on a regular basis during the year. How can we promote them during the year so that when Easter comes, they don't have to be searching around begging for funding? You know, there has to be a lot more development in terms of managing the bands themselves and ensuring that they can do better than they're now doing.